Hey everyone, welcome to Neil's World. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can start with Google's Anti-Gravity. Anti-Gravity is an agentic AI tool which helps you do your vibe coding and development of app and creation of websites. Apart from that, you can also use it as your regular AI assistant, which also allows you to work with your local folders. Yes, with your local folders. That means you can work with your own files in your own system, which can be a boost to your workflow. You don't have to upload your documents to the cloud, and the best part of it is that it allows you to use different AI models like Gemini 3.1, 3.1 Pro, and also it gives you access to Claude's Opus 4.6 or Claude Sonnet for free, but with some limitations. So let's start using Google's Anti-Gravity as a starter. First of all, to download Google's Anti-Gravity, you need to go to this website called antigravity.google, where you can get the default option to download for your operating system. So if you go to this website called antigravity.google, you'll be welcome with this minimalist website where you can get option for downloading to your operating system. But if you want to download for a different operating system, like you have a different system of Linux, Mac or Windows, you can go to this download option. First, the homepage download option will show you the download for your default operating system from where you are accessing the website. And if you want to download for a different operating system, then you can go to this download button and you have the options to download for your own operating system, Mac, Windows and Linux. So that is where you can download this Anti-Gravity from. Once you download and install the system or the software, you open the Google Anti-Gravity, you'll be greeted with a blank slate, something like this. And the very first time if you open Anti-Gravity, you will be prompted to log into your Google account. So log into your Google account, simple Google authentication. And once you're logged in, you have this window, and you may have different workspaces here shown. You can browse more different workspaces. These are the things that you get when you use Anti-Gravity and go on using Anti-Gravity. These workspaces or the history workspaces will come over here, but very first time if you're starting Anti-Gravity, you won't get anything like this over here. Next, we can do work in our local folder in Anti-Gravity. You need to select a folder to work with where you can use this Anti-Gravity system to work with your folder. First of all, I'll go ahead, start with opening a folder, selecting a folder of my interest, my work. I'll go ahead and find the folder in desktop where I have kept some journal articles. So I go to this article underscore residues folder. I selected this article underscore residue folder and I open it. Okay, now you see in this Explorer tab over here, there are different tabs, different options, different tools. I'll just simply go ahead with how you can start with this one by one. In my next videos, I'll show you what to do with other tools. First of all, this Explorer, it has selected this article underscore residues folder. These are the files that are available inside that folders. So there are around 10-12 files over here. This is the main window. You don't have to do anything right now. Over here you can go to different options to code. You can go to Windows plus command plus L or control plus L to go to the coding agent. You can edit inline. That means if you're using Anti-Gravity as a coding assistant, you can edit inline in your your codes. And you can switch to agent manager by going to Windows or command E or control E option here. Now this agent is itself open over here. It is like a chatbot, but it is not a chatbot. It is not simply answering some responses. It can also work with your files, modify your files, create new files, etc. So here in the articles residue folders, we are in the articles residue folder and we can use it as a normal chatbot. The best part of this chatbot I'm saying that this is a chatbot. Yes, it is a chatbot, but it is an agentic chatbot. It works on your behalf. You have different options over here. So you have this planning mode. You always start with planning mode to get better response, because it first plans your work and then starts implementing your plan. Next, you can select, first we'll select this planning mode, and then we can select the model. Now, the best part of Google's Anti-Gravity is that it gives you the best access to the best of the best models for free. So you have seen these things. So there are different models available. Gemini 3.1 Gemini 3.1 Pro, High and Low, Gemini 3 Flash, Claude, Sonnet. Even if you do not have a Claude account, you get Claude Sonnet over here. Then Claude Opus 4.6 thinking models, and GPT OSS. I don't use this model. So this Claude Opus model is actually available to the paid users only for Claude users. But here, through the anti-gravity system, you are getting access to this model with some limitations. But you get access to this model for free. So to show you some example, I'll just go ahead and select this model itself, Claude Opus 4.6. And then you can also start with your audio. Now for this model, audio is not available, but if you select other model like Gemini 3 Flash, you can use your microphone to talk to the agent and it will respond. Because writing the instructions may take a longer time, so you can enable the microphone access and then simply talk to the model. Alright, but because I'm going to show you that you get access to Claude Opus 4.6 for free, I'll just select Claude Opus 4.6 and start with a simple task of, these are journal articles on a residue, pesticide residue analysis of turmeric or spices. So I'll go ahead, give it a simple prompt like, as an expert reviewer, I need a summary on pesticide residue analysis and what I can do to optimize the process. So this is a simple prompt. I'm not a prompt expert. You can use your prompt expertise, or you can use prompt engineering to write better prompts to get better response. But just to show you that how to use anti-gravity, I am just giving it a simple prompt and go ahead with the response. Then I'll write it like, create a new docx file inside this folder. So I'm asking it to summarize these journal articles first and optimize, give me something to optimize. And then I'm asking it to create a new file, Word file in the docx format, and put it everything inside that folder. So it will create a new file for me. I don't have to copy paste or export or export to docs or export to sheets or export as PDF. I don't have to do anything of that sort. I'll just simply give it a command and it will work on my behalf. But in the process, it may ask for some permissions. I need to give it some permissions. So I'll go ahead. But one thing that you need to keep in mind is that this is not a very fast model, because it is doing your job in a planned, phased manner. So it takes time. You need to be patient. It is not faster. It will not give you the response in a jiffy. It takes some time. If you see these things, it is going with some of the things. Now it is analyzed the folder. Now when it analyzed the folder, so it is analyzing the folder and it is searching through the documents, searching through the materials available inside it. Now you see that it is installing a Python docx plugin or some tools so that it can generate a docx file. So it has downloaded whatever requirements is there to generate a docx file. So it is installing the requirements to create a new file. So it takes a little bit of time. It downloads. Now it is finding some error. You can see that there is some error. Now even if it finds some error, it will self-heal itself. So it will find the error, it will plug that bug, and it will go on working with the system. So it takes some time. Be patient to get some good response. So it is magic. So you can do it, do some good work using the system. So it is downloading again. It is again showing could not install packages due to some operating system error. So it is now trying to install a different version. So it is doing everything by itself. Every time it is getting some error, so it is trying to do some workaround. So sometimes you may have to interfere and do some of the works. So it asks you to get access to this folder or to file some permission. So you need to allow this. You can allow it once or you can allow in this conversation, so that the same permission you don't have to repeat during the conversational workflow. If you allow once, the next time it requires that particular permission, it will ask you again. So I'll go ahead with allowing this conversation so that it does not ask me again for the same permission. Now it is also asking me to allow some changes because it is creating some files and folders. So I'll allow or accept the changes. And now you see that it has created a file, docx file inside that folder. I'll go ahead and to find that folder. So this article residues folder that I was working with, if I click on double click to see the response, so I have asked it to create a folder. So these are the things that it has done. So it has done introduction and scope. So you see this is the response that I have received from my response, from the prompt that I have given. So it has asked, giving me a summary of pesticide residue analysis in food commodities and expert review summary. All right, so it has written very beautifully a table of contents. You see the response, so it is introduction, scope, regulatory framework and MRLs, sample preparation, extraction method. So it is taking everything into account and writing down a very beautiful piece of paper, piece of summary, which gives you everything from that particular folder. I have multiple PDF files. It has gone through all those PDF files and created this beautiful summary from there. You can see the output. This is the Word document. You would require hours to generate such a document by going through each line and all in those PDF files. So it has created a beautiful summary, a very nice workflow with some bullet points in different sections, and later on it has got this bibliography. You see these different bibliography. All right, it's something like a journal article itself. So it has cross-referenced everything and you get the output like this. So this is how capable this particular agentic system is. So you get access to Claude Opus 4.6 for free. I have shown it live by logging by a free account, and this is what you get in this what you call in this system, in this agentic platform, Anti-Gravity from Google. It's a magic.